Hi, it's Kate from Ink, and I've got a nice little card to show you today. It uses some silver embossing and it uses the Crafting Forever stamp set with this lovely pen image, and I just thought it was nice having the two colours, the very vanilla and the silver, and you can write anything you like in there and send a handwritten note to anybody. I've got just a note to lift your spirits in this one, but the one I'm going to show you now, I'm going to put thanks in for a thank you card. So yeah, I'm going to do this. It's a very quick one, so I thought it'd be great for 5-minute Friday. We are at about sort of 40 seconds or so, so let's see if I can do it in another 5 minutes. So I've got my pen stamps already mounted, and I've got my Versamark, so I'm just going to ink those up. And I'm going to go down the centre of my panel of my card and just create a sort of lines with the pens in a grid going all the way down. I want to work quite quickly so that the embossing ink doesn't dry too fast. Oh, I forgot to use my embossing buddy. Let's do that on the rest of it as I can. This little thing is really useful, and it stops the static sticking in the embossing powder where you don't want it to stick when you put it on, and it actually does help. So I think it's worth just trying to use it if you can remember, not like me. Right, there we go. So I've got the image, and let's do that before it dries. So I've got a little tray, I've got my silver embossing powder, and on we go. If there's anybody watching who's never seen heat embossing before, it's magic. It gets me every time. It never gets old. I love it. Okay, so I think that's helped using the embossing buddy a bit, but there's still some little grains of the embossing powder sticking where I don't want it to go, because once you heat it, it melts and you don't really want splodges everywhere. A little brush at this point would be useful. Don't think that's too bad now. Okay, so I'm going to heat it with my heat tool, which I've got just here. Let's move this out of the way. I do need a brush, don't I? There we are. Let's just go for it. See where we get. Sorry, it makes quite a noise. You'll see what it does. It will start to change the colour, and it will turn a lovely shiny silver instead of this grey matte effect. Can you see that? Love a bit of heat embossing. You don't want to get it too close to the image because it will scorch it. And you don't want to get it near your fingers because it is very hot. It's not like a hairdryer. No, how gorgeous is that? You're stamping up to lots of colours of embossing powder, so silver and gold and copper, all sorts. And you can get a clear one, so you can stamp in any colour and then emboss in the clear, and it comes out the colour you've stamped, so that's always useful. There we go, I think that's done. Oops. Can you see how that catches the light? It's really, really nice. I love this. So yeah, so I've got my pens, and then I'm going to do a little bit more. And from this stamp, I've got just a note. Let's have it the right way up. And I've cut another little piece of the very vanilla cardstock out in the little stitched oval shape. I think it's the second smallest one. And they're so useful. I use them all the time. Now, there's a really fab card kit in the new catalogue called Soft Sayings. It's absolutely brilliant. And this is one of the stamps you get in the kit. And it's just a note, it says, and I love the font, so I thought I'd utilise it. Let's pour some of that back in there. Your embossing powder lasts forever. It's great value stuff. Right, let's pop this in here. Now you can obviously do your embossing before you cut out your shape. That would probably be slightly easier, but I was trying to save time. So there we go. Let's heat that one again. So apologies about the noise once more. Oh, I smudged it. Hang on. Let's see if I can rescue it. If not, we'll try. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go on the other side. We'll do it again on the other side. There's always two sides to a piece of cardstock, isn't there? And everybody makes mistakes. So yeah, maybe how I did it when I did my first one, which was stamp and emboss and then cut out, is the safest way to go. Don't stick your big mitts in it like I just did. And you get to a point where you just feel like you're covered in embossing powder if you carry on too much. Right, here we go. There you go, despite all that faffing about, we've done it, which is brilliant. So I've got my just a note. Can you see that sparkling? Let's cover that one up. And I'm going to put it on the front and I'm going to use a little bit of this ribbon. This is some of the new ribbon that's in the new catalogue, and it's called Natural Ribbon with Silver. Natural Trim Silver, this one. And I thought, because it was natural and not white, it would complement the very vanilla cardstock a little bit better than the one with the white going through it. So I think that's really useful that we have that. Yeah, so I'm going to take a little bit. I really don't need very much. I'm going to show you how to be very frugal doing this with the ribbon. I'm going to get a small piece and I'm going to put it behind, but I'm actually going to cut it in half. So it makes it look like you've got a much longer piece on your card. I'm going to use a bit of snail to stick it on the back. It helps it keep it into place. You can use whatever glue that you prefer. Clearly. Slightly offset it so it looks like a little banner coming out. Like that. And then got a smaller piece here. Excuse me. Then we do the same on this end. Make it look like it's looped, and it makes it look like you've got a much bigger piece than you've used. Makes that ribbon go a long way. There we are, and I'm going to pop it on the front of my card with some of the dimensional double-sided sticky foam pads, which I love. We have some tiny ones out now. They're great for those little awkward places, and they are so cute. But anyway, right, here we are. So I'm popping it on, and that's the card. That's the front of the card. I do love it. I think I could have made a much better job of my embossing if I hadn't been in such a doing it so fast. Now on the inside, I'm going to stamp thank you or thanks. Now you could emboss that, but I'm just going to do mine in black to stand out. There's always somebody to say thanks to. There we go. So there's the finished card. We are at 9 minutes. So yeah, I think I overran, but I think with my little mistake, it wasn't so bad. So I hope you like it. Anyway, have a look at my blog, which is inkstampshare.ink, and see if there's any other inspiration you like there. If you like any of the products I've used, my shop is katebolt.stampinup.net. Thanks for stopping by.